Welcome to the Kean Athletics podcast show. My name is Colby Marshall. I have the privilege of sitting here with Kean women's basketball star Maddison Vaughn. Maddison Vaughn has had a stellar season so far for Kean. She's been player of the week in the conference 2 times. She is pretty much at this point a walking double-double, I think, and I'm very honored to be sitting here with her today. Maddison, I wanted to start off by asking you about your upbringing and how that has translated into you pursuing basketball, in your life.
Growing up, I was a cheerleader actually. It's kind of surprising now considering like I'm a basketball player, but when I was younger, I used to cheer. But my dad's side of the family, they're all athletes, either basketball or track. They're all like 6'6", 6'7", 6'5". Not my dad, but the family. Like around 9 or 10, my aunt used to work at like a rec center, and I seen a basketball and I was just like shooting it, just like throwing it in the air. And my aunt kept saying like, "Oh, tuck your elbow in," and I'm like, I don't care about tucking my elbow in. Like I'm a cheerleader. Like I don't care about basketball. I started in the 8th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, she taught me how to make a layup. I didn't know how to make a layup at all. I'm just like, okay, 1, 2, up. And
The footwork.
yeah,
You got to get down first.
it was terrible too. But as the time went on, I got better.
You started playing in 8th grade, you said. What was high school like?
I met my friend now, but at the time she was just like somebody I knew, and she like came up to me and was like, "Hey, like what happened to you playing basketball?" And I was like, "Oh, like isn't it too late?" And she's like, "No, like just get your physical now, and we'll still put you on the team." And I'm like, "Okay, you guys have like your first game in this week." She's like, "No, like get your physical and like you'll be fine." So I like ended up telling my dad, I'm like, "Hey, like they still want me on the team. I just have to get a physical within this week." And I was there the first practice. I started the first practice before their first game. And I played the next game too. And I was like, oh, wow, like this coach doesn't know who I am at all. He just put me out there. We got blown out. We did. We did. But I don't know. The experience, I was like, okay, like he trusts me. He sees something in me. I didn't see it in myself, I would
Right.
say. But he's seen something in me that I didn't see. And it's from there on out, it's been like great for me. I'm able to play in college now. So
How have things changed in a way that maybe has been unexpected, or how have things evolved since you were a freshman? How does that look different now that you're a senior, now that you spent 4 years here? Whether that's the program changing, coaching, play style, what has evolved, what has changed since being a freshman?
When I was a freshman, when I first got here, there was about 25 of us. Yeah, that's a lot of girls and a lot of personalities, and plus I'm a freshman as well, so I'm like, okay, like I have to like have a good first impression on everybody. But then again, it's always also a lot of us, a lot of different personalities and stuff like that. I wouldn't say like we were divided in any sense, but I feel like everyone had like their own group because there was so many of us, and like who bonded more. But now, like as time went on, like more girls are graduating and things like that. There's a smaller group of us, so I feel like we're more. I feel like we're more so like together.
What would your advice be to a freshman or a young player on the team now um, that's maybe going through something, or maybe what has your advice been to a young
Um,
player at this point in your career?
just go out there and have fun. I think that a lot of athletes, especially like the younger ones, they're so afraid to make a mistake. And it's like that's the part of the game. You have to make a mistake, learn what you can fix, things like that. And if you just go out there and just have fun, play your game, like it'll come way much easier to you than, oh, what if I do this, and what if I do this wrong, what if I do that wrong? Like no, just go out there, play to your best ability, do what you know is smart, and you'll be out there. The confidence is definitely key as well.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that you said confidence, because you're somebody that definitely exudes confidence on the court, in my opinion, from watching you. And particularly, in the game against Jersey City, when there was a little bit of smack talk going on with a couple of players, maybe one particular player on Jersey City.
Yeah.
But you just kept a cool head. You didn't really get into it. And you just always seem to have this calmness about you, this quiet confidence. Where does that come from?
Um, That's a good question. Well, I'm not really into astrology, but I am a Leo, so I think it just like comes off like that when really I can't really explain it. It's just like okay, like I know I can do this, so let me just do it. As far as like trash talk and stuff like that, when we played them the first time away, she made a comment like about like my size and her size, like comparing. She's like, "Oh, because like you're really big," And I just laughed. I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Like she's trying to get into my head, and I know if I let her get into my head, then I won't be there for the team, and I need to be here for my teammates and things like that. Show a good example, basically. Like don't let whatever anybody else is saying to you affect how you play or affect how you feel. Just keep playing, have fun, just laugh it off, And honestly, just let the game do the talking. Honestly, the trash talk, that's nothing. What you're doing on the floor, that's something. That's what matters the most.
Right, and you've backed that up for sure this season with your performances. Talk about, I want to know what your go-to music is, before a game. What are you listening to get yourself pumped up?
I feel like I have a big taste in like I have like all different types of genres, but one genre I would say like alternative rap. Like I like to listen to rappers like Lil Uzi, Playboy Cardi, who else? I like to listen to Young Thug. Oh, and my favorite, oh gosh, this is like not even alternative rap, but Megan Thee Stallion. She's like my biggest confidence booster. I feel like she's helped me like love who I am as a person, especially tall, like a tall girl. Like she's tall, I'm tall. Like it's just like, she just like her confidence. It helps me. Like just like get on the floor and like, oh, I love myself. Like, I'm confident in myself and things like that. So
Go-to meal before a game
go-to meal.
or snack?
Okay, I have a go-to snack. I love the popcorn kettle corn chips, like the popcorners. I love those so much. I can eat like 3 bags of those in like one day. Like I just love them so much. But as far as like a go-to meal, I would definitely have to say like a chicken chipotle wrap. Yeah, I love those, or like a chicken Caesar wrap. It's something light, not too much before a game. Right. Anything too much. Oh gosh, I'm on that court like I'm tired.
When's halftime coming?
Yes.
Coach, I need a
yes, I need a minute.
TO, need a TO. What do you study? What do you major in?
I major in sociology. There's like a lot of things you could do out of that. I was thinking maybe a mental health counselor or maybe a social worker, but I'm leaning more towards being a mental health counselor. I just love just helping people in general. Like when people are going through things, I just like to just, be a positive impact on them. Hopefully I could like change their life, possibly attitude, all things like that.
This is your last season. So talk about the impact that you want to leave on Kean University. How do you want to be remembered, as a senior leader, as a player that was here for 4 years? What do you want to be remembered for? I
would like to be remembered as like the light on the team. Like when things don't go well, like I know I can still like cheer my teammates up when something doesn't go our way. Like when we have our bad days, like I'm still there to just have a positive impact on them. And it's just like, okay, like we're going to be fine. Like, okay, we had a bad game. We had a bad practice. It's okay. We're going to be fine the next one. Like it's all about getting better. Like a big thing I was saying in the beginning of the season, because I knew we were a young team, like it's all about getting 1% better. Because as time goes on, as you get 1% better, you get 2% better, 3%, 4%, things like that. Like, yeah, I just wanted to be a positive force on them. Like whenever they're feeling down, like I could just come in there and I could just like raise their mood, brighten their mood.
I love that. I can definitely see that. Yeah, you're that type of player, that type of person. And whose motto is 1% better. It's this guy's jersey that I got on. So you must be a Sixers fan.
No, but that's actually funny.
Season's kind of coming to an end. Senior year. Oh. I know it's definitely emotional. Just what are your thoughts about, your last few games coming up? How do you want to finish, the season?
I just want to go all out, play my best game. I feel like there's still more in me. Like I feel like I'm just getting started almost. But I just know like these are my last 3, 4, 5 games. I just want to go out there, ball out. That's all I can do. Just ball out, show everybody like, hey, like I'm here for a reason. Like, you can't stop me. Like things like that. I just want to leave a good impact. I just want people to be like, oh yeah, like I remember Maddison Vaughn. Like we couldn't stop her. Like, oh, she was killing us on the boards. Things like that, little things. Yeah.
Love that. You can't stop her. You can only hope to contain her.
Yeah.
Maddison Vaughn. Thank you, Maddison, so much.
Thank you.
For making this work. Appreciate it.
Gotcha.